Welcome viewers to an eye-opening exploration into a perspective often overlooked amidst the tumultuous Israel-Palestinian conflict. Today we embark on a journey delving into an observation that may not resonate with many, yet holds profound significance. It is the unsettling notion that Palestinians are on the brink of being erased from historical records, a fate that threatens to strip away their identity. In recent times, whispers of targeted efforts to erase the Palestinian narrative from the annals of history have stirred concern among communities worldwide. Reports suggest the systemic dismantling of records, narratives and cultural artifacts that bear the essence of Palestinian heritage. As these voices fade into obscurity, a profound loss resonates, the loss of identity, heritage, and the very essence of a people. But why is this happening? What are the driving forces behind this erasure of Palestinian identity? Today, we aim to unravel these questions, peeling back the layers to shed light on the complexities and nuances often overshadowed by the headlines. We invite you to join us in a series of reaction videos. If you're ready, let's get started.
In Canada, you're not allowed to be from Palestine anymore. They're erasing the Palestinian identity. This is my grandma's current Canadian passport. It says she was born in El Bassa, Palestine, but it expires this month and she's trying to get it renewed. According to the government of Canada, on her new passport, Palestine has to be removed and replaced with no country of birth. When you try to renew your passport in Canada, Palestine is not an option for a country in the drop-down list. Imagine being 90 years old and having your actual place of birth just erased from your identity. This is cultural side. Please make sure as many people see this as possible, so the government of Canada has to change this policy.
You know what I find hilarious about Canada refusing to put Palestine in the birth country form on people's passports? Before 1948, when Israel didn't exist, the Zionists that wanted to move into Palestine had to apply for a Palestinian visa. Yes, you heard that right. This is an application of the former Prime Minister of Israel, Shimon Peres, literally trying to get a visa to enter Palestine. If you take a real close look at the top of the paper, at the top of the application, it says Government of Palestine. As Blair had put it extremely well, this is a form of cultural genocide to try to eliminate the existence of any sort of Palestinian state. Palestine has always been a land. Even under the occupation of the British, it was still called the Mandate of Palestine. It wasn't called Mandate of Israel. It wasn't called Mandate of Zion. There was no reference to the Jewish or Israeli people at all. So to try to eliminate the Palestinian identity is absolutely ridiculous. Her grandmother, along with many of our grandmothers and great-grandmothers, are older than the state of Israel. The displacement that they experienced in the Nakba and in 1967 is still very real, and their identity is still Palestinian regardless of where you try to send them. And even those of us who were kicked out or never experienced living in Palestine, our identities are just as Palestinian as our fathers and our grandfathers and our mothers and our grandmothers before us. There is nothing y'all can do to eliminate our identity, and anybody who has the power to hold the Canadian government accountable, please do.
I was born in Canada. I carry a Canadian passport, and it's currently the only one I carry, but it's making me not want to renew this one at all. I don't want to put my money towards a society who's catering to a right-wing maniac. Somebody in Canada has got to have their screws on tight. Who can we talk to change this? You cannot erase Palestinian identity like this. Like, Canada, get together. This is up. If anyone knows how to fix this or anyone knows who to talk to, let me know. I'll boost this. I'll amplify this any way I can.
Israel is erasing the Palestinians' identity in Gaza. Let me tell you how. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but it has erased the civil registry in Gaza. This completely. Libraries and have stolen tens of thousands of ancient records. Palestinians now have no proof of their assets, nor the degrees that they have earned from the universities. And they don't have birth certificates anymore for their children. Not a lot of people are talking about that, but this is very serious and it's very important. And that is part of the ethnic cleansing. That is part of the fight to destroy everything, to destroy your roots, to destroy any proof you have for the ownership of this land. People need to talk about this more and more. Have you ever asked yourself why they are targeting universities, schools, libraries, mosques? Because these are the places that they keep the papers at. These are the places that have the identity of the Palestinians. Don't talk to me about the hostages. They don't want the hostages. They want to destroy the identity of the Palestinians. They want to ethnic cleanse them from the land that they own. And that's what's happening. Please spread awareness about this topic more and more and talk about it in your videos.
In times of conflict or tension, individuals and communities alike face a real threat to their identity. The experience of Palestinians serves as a stark example. Amidst the ongoing conflict with Israel, the pressure, scrutiny, and turmoil have intensified, exacerbating the risk of identity loss. However, it is crucial to recognize that this phenomenon transcends borders and boundaries. Whether it's due to political strife, cultural assimilation, or personal struggles, the threat of identity erosion looms large for many. Now, let's unpack this further. The psychological toll of living in a state of perpetual conflict cannot be understated. Constant fear, uncertainty, and trauma can fragment one's sense of self, leading to feelings of alienation and disconnection from one's cultural roots. Cultural expressions often become casualties of conflict, whether through censorship, destruction of cultural sites, or the imposition of dominant narratives. Communities risk losing the symbols and practices that define their identity. Displacement, whether internal or external, is a harsh reality for many caught in the crossfires of conflict. As individuals are uprooted from their homes and communities, they often grapple with a profound sense of loss of place, belonging, and cultural heritage. Media narratives. The media plays a powerful role in shaping perceptions and narratives, often amplifying the voices of the powerful while marginalizing the voices of the marginalized. In conflict zones, this imbalance can further erode the visibility and urgency of oppressed communities, contributing to their erasure from the public consciousness. By acknowledging these nuanced dynamics, we begin to understand the complexities of identity loss in conflict settings. In the work of our in-depth analysis and the enlightening insights shared in our reaction videos, a chilling revelation emerges. It appears that amidst the chaos and destruction of the conflict, a strategic targeting of infrastructure has taken place, infrastructure crucial for preserving the identity and history of Palestinians. Imagine libraries reduced to rubble, mosques reduced to ash, and any place housing records or artifacts of Palestinian heritage obliterated. This deliberate destruction strikes at the very heart of Palestinian identity, threatening to erase the collective memory of a people. While not explicitly stated, the patterns that have emerged speak volumes. The systemic targeting of institutions holding cultural and historical significance cannot be dismissed as mere coincidence. It hints at a calculated effort to erase the records of our brothers and sisters, to obscure their history, and to deny them a tangible connection to their roots. But the evidence doesn't stop there. Reports of Palestinians being rejected or denied access to airports solely based on their Palestinian passports raises alarming questions. Could this be another tactic in the campaign to erase Palestinian identity? A subtle yet potent form of discrimination aimed at further isolating and marginalizing an already oppressed population. As we piece together these fragments of information, a disturbing picture begins to form, one of a concerted effort to strip Palestinians of their identity, their dignity, and their voice. But in the face of such adversity, one thing remains clear: the resilience and spirit of the Palestinian people cannot be extinguished. As we reflect on the harrowing realities of the conflict and its impact of countless individuals, it becomes clear that our role as concerned allies is paramount. Amidst the chaos and devastation, offering our support and keeping our brothers and sisters in our prayers emerges as a beacon of hope in these dark times. The emotional toll of the conflict cannot be overstated. Imagine the anguish and fear gripping the hearts of young ones, the elderly, and those unable to fend for themselves amidst the turmoil. Their innocence shattered by the violence surrounding them. They are left to navigate a world fraught with uncertainty and danger, pre-existing challenges. For many Palestinians, the conflict exacerbates pre-existing challenges, including a lack of resources and opportunities. Even before the tensions escalated, they struggle to meet their basic needs and secure a livelihood. Now faced with heightened tension and instability, their plight becomes even more dire. Vulnerable populations such as young ones, the elderly, and those with disabilities bear the brunt of the conflict's brutality. Unable to comprehend the complexities of the situation, they are thrust into a reality marred by violence and deprivation. Their voices often unheard, their suffering invincible to the world. The trauma inflicted by the conflict leaves deep scars, both visible and invincible. Beyond the physical destruction, it leaves a lasting imprint on the psyche of individuals and communities, perpetuating a cycle of pain and despair. Healing from such trauma requires not only physical reconstruction, but also emotional and psychological support. In light of these sobering realities, our commitment to standing in solidarity with those affected by the conflict takes on renewed significance. While we may not be able to single-handedly resolve the conflicts and the complexities of the situation, our prayers and support offer a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. Consider this: what we are witnessing may not just be a localized conflict but a meticulously orchestrated strategy aimed at erasing an entire identity. This isn't just a clash between nations, it's a calculated move that could have far-reaching consequences. Think about it. Only an expert group or entity could execute such strategic actions. This isn't just random violence. It's a targeted move on the very essence of a people's existence. And while it may seem distant or irrelevant to some, the truth is the repercussions could be felt worldwide. Imagine if this tactic isn't contained to just one region. What if it becomes a blueprint for targeting other nations, even in distant corners of the globe? The ramifications would be profound, reshaping our entire way of thinking and living. So the question arises, after witnessing the silencing of a nation, what's to stop this method from spreading to other parts of the world? As we draw the curtains on this mind-boggling journey, let us not forget the profound truths we've uncovered. From the erosion of identity to the specter of strategic oppression, the stakes have never been higher. But amidst the uncertainty, one thing remains clear. Our collective voice has the power to shape the course of history. As we navigate the complexities of our world, let us stand together in solidarity, guided by empathy, compassion, and a commitment to justice. For it is in our unity that we find strength, and in our resilience that we find hope. So let us forge ahead with courage and determination, knowing that even in the darkest of times, the light of truth will prevail. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Together, let us continue to strive for a world where every voice is heard, every identity respected, and every life valued. Until next time, stay informed, stay compassionate, and stay empowered. Goodbye for now, and may peace be upon us all.